My name is Ben Domain, managing editor here with WestfordCAT, and here is the July 30th edition of WestfordCAT News. The second public hearing for a proposed firearms bylaw that could regulate future firearms businesses in town was held last Monday. The current proposal would allow for 4 potential firearms businesses to open under a special permit. Additionally, the businesses must have at least a 500-foot setback from religious centers, schools, and other firearms businesses. Residents, including Board of Health Chair Stephanie Granger, cited data from the American Public Health Association, which finds gun violence to be a public health problem and a leading cause of premature death in the United States. Granger asked the Planning Board to work with the Board of Health, believing that preventing death, disability, injury, and gun violence requires a public health approach. She added,
I would really strongly urge you to speak with us. We'd like to be part of this. I'm very concerned about the number 4. There are statistics that do not support that. I shared those previously.
Some residents feel the current proposal is too restrictive. Some, like Westford Sportsman's Club's president, Alan Prescott, does not see a problem with removing the limit on future businesses.
Everybody knows that I'm on the pro-gun side, and I couldn't care less how many gun stores we have in this town. I don't see a problem with it. I worked over in Littleton. I didn't see my quality of life or my personal safety change when they ramped up with the gun stores, and I won't see a change when they leave. Simple as that.
These disagreements underscore a goal of the Planning Board to find consensus among residents. Planning Board member Robert Schaefer hopes to bring the two groups to a strong consensus during the meeting to ensure a higher chance of the bylaw passing during town meeting in October. Planning Board Chair Michael Bonifant added,
we as a town would be much better off to go to town meeting with a consensus or compromise on this matter before town meeting. My fear is that without some type of consensus, we're going to go to town meeting and nothing will pass, and we will be without the benefit of any regulation.
Legal analysis from Town Counsel Justin Perota at KP Law found the Planning Board would retain discretionary authority to deny a permit so long as the board applies the same standard to every application. However, he did note that the bylaw could be constitutionally challenged in the future, citing a lack of past legal challenges for similar proposals. WestfordCAT has 2 updates to share with the community. First, we'd like to welcome Fairfield University graduate Lindsay Hanrahan to our staff. Lindsay joins us with a degree in digital journalism and a minor in marketing, American studies, and English. Second, we are pleased to announce that our reporter, Melanie Deronio, has been selected as one of 2 recipients of the Bob Wallach Community Journalism Stipend. This stipend is awarded to aspiring community journalists in honor of former New England Press Association Executive Director Bob Wallach. The new Budget Task Force, which aims to recommend a number of scenarios to address shortfalls during the FY25 budget, held its first community forum on Monday. Officials noted several budgetary challenges that the town is facing amid rising costs and stagnant revenue. These include new employee contracts, energy costs, health insurance costs, special education tuitions, and waste removal costs. In total, these amount to about $8 to $10 million in spending that the town must account for in the future. The task force is investigating a number of new sources of revenue to offset the impact of the new expenses. Some proposals include the sale of town-owned real estate, town school fee increases, a split tax rate for commercial and residential properties, short-term rental fees, and revisiting the town's moratorium on recreational cannabis dispensaries. Other ideas, such as a Proposition 2.5 override, which would allow the town to increase its property tax levy permanently, were proposed. The task force aims to present its initial report to the Select Board on September 29th and a final report on October 18th. In the meantime, the task force plans to attend the Strategic Planning Retreat at Kimball Farm on September 7th, as well as host a second public forum on September 13th. Members of the community can submit feedback and suggestions to the task force at westfordma.gov. A new fire training facility has opened in Forge Village. The project was partially funded through $580,000 in funding passed during annual town meeting in 2022, which supported the engineering and construction of the facility. This funding included $75,000 to support a memorandum of understanding between the Board of Water Commissioners and the Fire Department, which outlined the use of Water Department land and possible relocation of the facility in the future. The project also received $237,000 in supplemental funding through the American Rescue Plan Act, which was approved 4-1 during a January 25, 2022 Select Board meeting. Former Select Board member Anita Tonacar-Nguyen cast the dissenting vote. According to Deputy Chief Mike Dennehy, the new facility allows the department to pick and choose how the interior is customized. The interior includes areas for wall breaches, rooftop hatches, and movable drywall placements, creating a, quote, customizable maze for first responders. Additionally, Dennehy says that asphalt under the facility is sloped to prevent water runoff into nearby land. That's all for this week. I'm Ben Domain, and you're watching WestfordCAT News.